What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are diving into the Sunshine Cup. I know a lot of you really aren't a fan of this meta. Maybe you are. Let me know down in the comments why. I have my reasons, obviously. So I think for this next week I'm gonna be more leaning into the Ultra League when it comes to Pokemon to use, teams to run, and have fun there. And I did do that today. I split my sets between the Sunshine Cup and the Ultra League. An Ultra League video is dropping out tomorrow with Ho-Oh, so be on the lookout for that. But today's team, Swampert, Pidgeot, and Gligar, a very clean-cut ABB team. Abomasnow is something that you need to be aware of, which is why you want to run Sludge Wave on Swampert, and Pidgeot and Gligar both do super effective damage to Abomasnow anyways, so in those matchups you basically want to be evening shield so that you can get a lot of fast move pressure down. But this team performed really well, and it absolutely dominated the Pidgeot, Blaziken, Vigoroth teams, which I found to be very common. So, hope you guys enjoy these sets of battles. Let's go and get right into it. Alright, getting into the first battle. Now, I didn't have Earthquake, or I didn't have Sludge Wave on my Swampert to start with. I had Earthquake. I didn't want to TM it away. I was like, maybe I won't really run into it. But there's going to be a battle here where it clearly made me go, I need Sludge Wave for this meta, so I did TM. Now, what I found with Swampert here is Swampert does incredible in this meta because most teams are not running a grass fast move Pokemon. So you're going to be able to take advantage of the Hydro Cannon neutral damage from relatively safe situations. As I decide to go for Hydro Cannon there, I'm going to go ahead and swap into Pidgeot now against the Vigoroth as we are in the ones right here. Now what's cool about this matchup is I don't necessarily need to shield to win. What I need to do is either get a shield or get myself switch advantage. So going for Brave Bird is going to be the call right here. Reason being, if they decide to shield, so be it. I come in with Swampert, load up on some extra energy. If they decide to no shield, boom, we take out the Vigoroth, maintain switch advantage. Where we lose this situation is if they no shield a Feather Dance, then we're in trouble. So that's why you just go for Brave Bird and take the win con. So we're going to go ahead and come back in with Swampert. We have a Hydro Cannon ready to go. And most teams that I saw a lot of common teams. I'm actually not showing all the battles here. Pidgeot, Blaziken, and Vigoroth in the back. Very strong, right? Don't get me wrong, but Swampert really runs through those teams, and I'm going to decide to no shield here as it is going to be Feather Dance, and then I'm going to go ahead and bank a charge move and swap into Gligar just in case I need it in the back. So now we're going to go ahead and look to shield the potential Brave Bird, but it is just going to be Feather Dance, and they do swap into Blaziken. This is a good game across the board. There's really not a lot they can do, just because of the damage and spam and bulk that we have here on Gligar. Even with the Feather Dance debuff, you just can't stop this thing. It is a very strong Pokemon and something you should invest in for Open Great League as well. As we take out Blaziken, Pidgeot comes back in, and remember we do have the Hydro Cannon loaded. I could have just thrown it against the Pidgeot, but I wanted to bank the charge move just in case so I can win CMP tie at the end. But either way, good game. Alright, moving into the next one here. We have Swampert on the lead versus Magcargo. Okay, so obviously huge lead right here. They swap into Vigoroth, so I decided to come in with Gligar. Looking back at this, I feel like Pidgeot is going to be the better option because Feather Dance is just going to allow us to survive longer. But I thought, if I can maintain switch advantage here, I'll have a potential dig against the Magcargo. So that's why I decided in that instance to come in with the Gligar, because you can win this matchup, but it's going to come down to who decides to shield, right? Because Body Slam and Aerial Ace are both chipping somewhere near the same amount of health, so they decided to shield. Now, Swampert, again, I decided to shield here, take it into the ones, and look to go for the Aerial Ace, which we do get to in time, but it's a CMP tie. So I came in a bit late. Obviously, they're now able to throw it, but I will survive right here. So this is where I could take this into the 1-0 shield situation, which is huge for me, right? Even if they decide to let this go, but they decide to shield. So now I'm going to counter swap back into Swampert, thinking I can. There's a Tropius. This is where I'm like, I need Sludge Wave. This is where you need Sludge Wave. Situations like this. I could easily win this game, right? You Sludge Wave, you Hydro Cannon, Tropius is gone, Magcargo comes in, Hydro Cannon, Vigoroth comes in, Hydro Cannon, it's over. But now, I'm locked in here. Even though I have 1-0 shields, this Tropius is going to build up to back-to-back Leaf Blade, so there's no reason. Oh, man, it's just... And I'm showing you this battle, right? Because this is why you guys need Sludge Wave for this meta. So if you're going to run, there's no reason to have Earthquake. Hydro Cannon covers what it needs to in this meta, and you need the Sludge Wave for Abomasnow and Tropius. And yeah, just TM away. So what you're going to see in the next battle is I have Sludge Wave. I TM'd it right after this battle because Pidgeot right here, I'm not going to be able to do enough damage with Brave Bird because it's heavily resisted. So this is it's just so over. But it wouldn't have been if I had Sludge Wave, right? Because in that situation, we already had some loaded energy. I go for Sludge Wave against the Tropius. I over farm, safely shield a Leaf Blade, and then go for a Hydro Cannon. And that's a wrap, because then, yeah. Good, it happens. It happens. But moveset over there is the moveset you guys should have for the Sunshine Cup. In Open Great League, you need Earthquake. You can run Sludge Wave if you want to surprise some Altarias or Azumarill, but Sludge Wave is the way to go for this meta. Alright, moving to the next one, we got Nidoqueen here on the lead. What I also did find is Swampert is core breaking a lot of teams, and they do decide to swap into Chestnut, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Pidgeot here. Could have brought in the Gligar, now that I'm looking at it, because I could have resisted the superpower. This instead is doing neutral, so I have to give up a shield, and unfortunately I also messed up and hit Feather Dance on CMP tie, so I'm going to undercharge this, obviously. This means it does less damage so that I can farm down and have energy on the back end. Now here against Nidoqueen, the play is to go for a Brave Bird. You don't want to get caught with the no shield Feather Dance, but they decide to bring in Magcargo, so there's another core break right here. Again, a lot of players are building around the team cores that have Vigoroth on it, or Blaziken, as they are very common, but Swampert can sneak in there, even though, right, the top of the meta, right, you see Vigoroth, I think it was at like number 6 or number 7, somewhere in that, it's in the top 10. Swampert's not as high, but Swampert still performs really well against the specific Pokemon that we are seeing, and it can do neutral damage to like everything. It's beautiful. Now in this matchup here, obviously we have that ground typing here on Gligar, so another bonus when you're facing off against poison Pokemon, as we can resist the poison jabs, and the dig here also does a lot of super effective damage, so we're just going to be going for that. They do have 2 shields remaining, but ultimately I think this is going to boom, it's going to be a good game because Magcargo just doesn't have what it takes to overcome the Swampert. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come back in with Swampert, and we need 3 Hydro Cannons to win, right? 2 to get the shield, 1 to KO, and we already have 1.5. So this is going to be a good game. But yeah, Swampert honestly did very well for me. As you saw with like Tropius, you got to be careful about that, but that's where the Sludge Wave comes in, or if Abomasnow, if you see that, that's where Sludge Wave comes in. Abomasnow is probably the hardest Pokemon to face off for this team, but you can overcome because you do have super effective damage right back. It's like both Pokemon just hitting each other for super effective damage, right? Wing attacks and Feather Dance and Aerial Ace, Brave Bird and Sludge Wave versus the Powder Snow and the Weather Ball. So that is going to be a good game as Magcargo goes down. Alright, moving to the next one. We have Swampert versus Pidgeot once again here on the lead. So what we're going to look to do is same as before, right? We don't know what's in the back, but we know it's probably going to be a Vigoroth back there and then something else. So what we want to do is kind of try to keep Swampert alive. Now, we get some lag here in this match. I don't know if it's me or my opponent, but we're back, so whatever. We're going to go ahead and go for another Hydro Cannon here. And I think it might have been my opponent lagging there for 1 or 2 fast move turns. So they decide to shield, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and give up a shield here as well. Again, I want to maintain the health here, and they decide to shield or throw the Brave Bird, which is fine. Now they swap in Vigoroth, so we're going to go ahead and load up to the Hydro Cannon and then swap out into Pidgeot now here to catch the charge move. Again, another situation where as long as we get to the Brave Bird in time, we force the final shield of this game. And there's really not a lot, especially with a Gligar, with the coverage that it has with Dig and Aerial Ace. There's not a lot in this meta that can beat it in the 1-0 shield. So we no shield both body slams, able to survive, and go for the Brave Bird here. Again, one-shots or gets final shield, both is a win con for me. Boom, down goes Vigoroth. We maintain switch, so perfectly fine by me. We do see Pidgeot come in, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Swampert with the Hydro Cannon that we have ready to go as I wait down a clock. And we come in, load up just a little bit, and go for the Hydro Cannon right away. And we should probably see them go down as the... it's going to be a Blaziken in the back, so that's a good game. Pidgeot's going to take it. And I saw this team a lot. Like, I'm not showing you guys every single battle. Good game, though, right there. All right, moving to the next one. We got Swampert here versus Quagsire on the lead. Okay, another Mud Boy face-off. And I have an opportunity here. I have an opportunity to catch a Mud Bomb because they're not going to go for a Stone Edge. They're not going to go for a Sludge Bomb against my Swampert. So I want to try to catch the charge move on my Gligar. And we're going to go ahead and swap on feel, and we catch... oh, it's such a satisfying catch. Now, this swap was so dirty that my opponent... decided to leave the game. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Good game. All right, moving to the next one. We got Swampert versus Pidgeot again. Pidgeot on the lead every single time. Now, this is a Gust version, which is a little bit different than Wing Attack because the fast moves now are doing a lot of damage, so they can freely go for Feather Dance. So we do get a shield there. Now, because they are Gust, look at the damage they're doing right here. I am able to get to another Hydro Cannon. I'm expecting them to potentially throw a Feather Dance here instead of a Brave Bird. So, you gotta risk it. We're gonna no shield. And it is a Feather Dance. And that just comes down to reading the damage that they're doing with the fast moves, right? Wing Attack does not do that kind of damage output. Now we're gonna go ahead and go for Aerial Ace here, as it will do neutral damage. Should be almost enough to KO. We should do one more fast move. And yeah, they are two more fast moves. They don't get enough energy. And they surrendered. Good game. All right, moving to the next one. We got Swampert versus Greedent. Now, I only did 2 sets with this team, so I can only show you the battles, or two and a half sets. I kind of split it evenly between Ultra League. So there's only so many Pidgeot, Blaziken, Vigoroth teams I can show you, so I wanted to show you more variety. I thought this Greedent team was pretty interesting, so we're going to go ahead and stay in here with Swampert and look to go for Hydro Cannons, as it does do quite a bit of damage. Body Slam is obviously something we need to be a little cautious about, but I think Swampert here is in a good position where we can overload just a bit, but they make a great swap, and they swap into Wigglytuff. And I thought to myself, you're bringing a Charmer? Come on now. So we're going to come in with Pidgeot, and this is going to be okay. We can maintain switch advantage here because we can safely go for Feather Dance to do neutral damage, lower the attack, and then we can farm down the Wigglytuff with Wing Attack and maintain ourselves switch advantage. So what I am actually fearing now in the back is a Razor Leaf, like a Shadow Abomasnow, right, in the back, or what else is... oh, well, Shadow Victory Belt could be back there, right? With the grass typing. So we go for another Feather Dance. They decide to no shield this one. So now I decide to commit a shield on the second Body Slam. I'm going to see if I can commit to the farm down, but a second Body Slam is going to be coming through here. So I will shield this one. And the reason being is if there is in fact a Shadow Victory Bell in the back, I need the Feather Dance debuff. Now it's not. It's a Talonflame. But I go for Feather Dance regardless. In this case, I should be going for Brave Bird. But Feather Dance gets the shield anyways. We swap into Gligar now. And this is going to be a good game. Gligar can clean through a Talonflame pretty well. Especially with no shielding flame charges right there. Because they were debuffed by Feather Dance, they can't safely go for a Brave Bird first, because it won't do as much damage, and secondly, my back-to-back Aerial Ace would just absolutely obliterate them. So they have to go for a Flame Charge, which is why it made me safe to shield that, and that's thanks to Feather Dance on my opponent. So we're going to go ahead and go for another Aerial Ace, and this is going to be a good game. Unfortunately for them, they just don't have enough energy or enough shields remaining in order to win this game, so we can shield the Flame Charge, go for Aerial Ace, and then Greedent is 1 or 2 fast moves away from going down. So that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Alright. I think we got... No, that might have been it. Yeah. It was very short, very quick, very fast sets. Not gonna lie, this team, again, I told you guys at the beginning, this team is strong, the meta is dense, and the meta is not gonna shift. There's gonna be no surprises. You're gonna see the same stuff, and if that's your thing and you love it, by all means go for it. But for me, I like variety, so I'm probably gonna be, I might do one more set here in the Sunrise Cup for the rest of the week. But you're probably going to see more Ultra League videos from me because, again, like I said today, you guys can look forward to tomorrow because I'm going to be gone tomorrow. But I have a video where I did 2.5 sets with Ho-Oh in the Ultra League, and that was fun. I think I boomed like 2 or 3 times every single game. It was so good. So much fun. So look forward to that. And if you're watching this now and then you see a Ho-Oh video on the channel, well, go check that one out because that one's a lot of fun. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Have a wonderful weekend, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.